well too.
Now, the guy you shot in front of the social club, was he a wise guy or just a civilian?
Ex, what was he? He was a heroin. He got arrested in a heroin case back in the day. It was over a car. It was over a stolen car. And yeah. He gave me an answer I didn't like, so I just plugged one in him.
Now, did that cause like 20 sit downs, or you had a little bit of a stronger people speaking up for you?
Yeah, it caused shit. Of course it did. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You were doing it in front of the coffee shop across the street. Whose coffee shop that was. Coincidentally, the guy who had the coffee shop became the guy was around secondly, and he kind of like I guess he had he kind of liked me, in a roundabout way.
Got it. Now, but that was my point. The reason why I wanted to know how effective is an associate, the stronger the Borgata, right? The stronger.
Matter of fact, that guy I shot drove himself to the hospital. He was so fucked up. I guess the drugs acted as an anesthetic. I'm not laughing at it. It's not funny, all right? I'm sorry.
Shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like some people. So all you kids listening, I don't give a shit. But
nobody under 28 is listening to me. Trust me. So
right.
Hold on, and hopefully by then they have the life straightened out. But here's my question though, Frank. Did he drive to the hospital in that stolen car you were fighting over?
No. It was a Porsche. It was a Porsche Carrera, and it was fucking there was these Yugoslavian kids I used to hang out around. They used to steal a lot of cars.
Yeah.
And one of them stole this Porsche Carrera, and I had told him I want that car.
Yeah.
So this guy thought he'd go over my head to go to this kid Fabio and give him the car, which pissed me off even more. When I asked him what happened to the car, he said I gave it to Fabio. Like, you could go talk to Fabio, which is Paul, at the time my friend Paul's nephew. I said I ain't talked to Fabio. You talked to fucking Fabio, and I shot him.
Yeah.
And he drove himself. I took another shot, but it jammed, and he ended up driving him. Yeah, I was pissed. And
was that the Fabio that was from the Bath Avenue boys that was made with the bananas?
No, different. That's Fabrizio.
Fabrizio, my bad.
He was made as well.
Got it.
Yeah, Fabrizio you're talking about. This is Fabio who flipped. He brought in everybody. And he flipped. He went down. He had 5 bodies on him. He decided to talk.
Yikes!
So
now
he went that way.
What happened who you killed in the social club? Was that a beef or what happened there?
Nah, I'd rather not get into that.
Okay, no worries. No, you've been great with your stuff. I mean, our deal was certain things you can talk about, certain things you can't.
I'll tell you about the politics behind it, though. It was a social club. They had to close it down. Obviously, it was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And I went to a sit down for it.
Of course.
I'm sorry?
I was saying, of course. I figured at least that would happen.
Well, my accomplice owned the social club, and they asked him, and he kind of like put it on me.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, he would act it on his own, which wasn't true. So he came with his guy, and I came with my guy at the time, who was my uncle. I'm not going to mention his guy because he's still alive.
Yeah.
And we talked about it, and it was like, they just, the narrative was different. When the guy came there, it wasn't about drugs. It was about bonds.
Got it.
And I guess he didn't want to tell him the actual motive behind the murder. And I picked that up right away, and I agreed with it because if my uncle would have found out it was drugs, I not only had problems already, I would have bigger fucking fish,
Well, here's the thing, though. So listen,
bigger extra hatch.
So here's the thing, though, right? Like, let's be honest. Even like in the '90s, although the '90s were so crazy, you obviously were a capable guy, and you were ready to shoot when you needed to shoot, right? So
yeah.
So but you also were around a lot of guys, weren't you? Like, cause you're a smart guy, right? I talk to you, we get to know each other.
It depends who you ask, but yeah.
But here's my point, though. Like, weren't you thinking to yourself, listen, I got to fight a little straight, because I want to get that stripe, or you didn't care about the stripe?
Oh man, shit. By that, God. So that's funny you say that. I really didn't care. They were making guys who freaking were just basically couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag.
Yeah.
So I was kind of getting bitter. I really didn't care. I didn't think I was going to make it out of the streets. I thought I'd either be in dead or in jail. So after that murder, I go on the lam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm trying to answer that question for you. My uncle says, you need to fucking go.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, he's dead. That's good.
Yeah.
So I left. By the time I came back, and my friends within that 7 to 8 months time were robbing banks, robbing fucking pet shops, having shootouts with armed fucking cars. Yeah, robbing everything, donut shops, fucking some chick got shot in the stomach.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll get into that. That is fucking, it was horrible. It was terrible. Fucking real low life thing to do. I come back and I find them just going crazy.
Wow.
And you know, they robbed the same fucking bank